Welcome back to Point Blank. Now, some say that they will never mix friends with business. There have been cases before where best friends fall out after years of friendship because they just couldn't handle being business partners together.
But for some guys, they use the pros and cons, strengths and weaknesses to their advantage when opening a business together. For example, Kiet and his NS buddies, they have opened a 10-star hotel.
They have
opened a hostel business, the Hive, just a year after completing their NS. Now, is it possible to mix business with friends? Let's take a look at how these guys managed to do it.
Hey, well, I'm chilling out here at the Hive Hostel at Lavender Street, and you must be wondering, what am I doing here? Well, the story for Point Blank today is about NS bonds and how friendships are formed in NS. Well, I found one guy who not only found his best friends during his NS days, but he also started a business with them, which is the Hive here. That's right, Kat.
Hello, Ira.
Hi, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Okay, well, tell us about this Hive business. How did it come about?
We used to be colleagues and fellow instructors over in the army, and so we were friends back then, very good friends already. And after our NS days, we decided, hey, we could do something together, So we started off this Hive basically as alumni, so that we could hang out together and sort of have a small business venture together.
Do you think that these kind of businesses are hard to come by, where friends actually can be partners in a business?
Yeah, I must say that it's pretty rare actually, because a lot of people say that you shouldn't bring friendship into business.
Yes.
The two don't really go well together. But in our case, it's a lot of compromise and each person doing their jobs.
I mean, how do you choose this group of friends to be business partners? Was there did you kind of suss out each other's character during NS time itself?
Well, we are already a clique back in the army days, so you sort of know that these are the people you can work with and you wouldn't mind working with in the first place. It's not just about the money, It's never about the money. It was always about the friendship.
Business at the Hive is doing so well that the young entrepreneurs have expanded 3 times. Their newest expansion, just across the street, will open its doors to budget travelers by the end of the month. But this is where it all started for a group of 5 friends who met in the army and decided to go into business together. From its humble beginnings, the Hive can now accommodate up to 60 people a night, and soon to be 80 people with its new expansion. And from a 5-man team, the Hive now consists of 10 business partners, all NS buddies. I'm about to meet the only business partner who is also a full-timer here at the Hive.
Here we are.
Oh, and it's the CEO / Mr. Everything here.
Now, most people know Spencer as the only business partner who works full-time at the Hive. But what you may not know is that to Kiet, Spencer is probably more than just a friend and business partner. In fact, Kiet probably owes his life to Spencer.
I guess a lot of the memorable things that happened overseas. For once, we were actually training in Brunei, and I was an officer on training back then. And I was so lost in the dense jungle of Brunei. I think it must have been already on the second day that I got lost.
You got lost?
Yes, very
Brunei.
severely lost, without food nor water. And as a matter of fact, I sort of met Spencer somewhere along the way. And
Spencer, you're like the angel that came out of nowhere.
I'm always the angel. I was helping them out. Well, I was manning the checkpoint, so he turned up. See, it was creeping up, and hey, it's kind of lost.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Well, he did help me sort of, but
He helped you sort of. Come on, he practically saved your life.
well, you could put it that way. Yeah.
And you just found Spencer by himself in the jungles, and he brought you back to the rest of.
Oh no! We just sort of had a bit of a replenishment of water and a boost of confidence because I saw a familiar face, and the rest of us were back on our way again.
Direction. Okay, hit that way. Okay, then you just continue himself.
Yep, don't mess with these two. They have history.
How would you say that friendships are really forged during NS? What is it? Is it the pain and suffering? Is it the time that you guys spent together? What is it?
I guess it's more of the time that we spend together. Okay. More of the laughter than the pain. Well,
you try not to remember that, right?
Yeah. Well, when I was with them, the people that set up this business, it was not more of a pain. It was more of an enjoyment. I had more fun times together with them. A lot of people wouldn't find going through the army, what the things that we do fun, but actually we did. Well, at least I did. Yeah.
Actually, a lot of times working together here reminds us of working together when we were back in the army. Like the way we had to work together, plan things and get things going. Everyone has each their own roles and responsibilities to play.
What are some values that NS taught you?
Definitely leadership. You actually learn where your limits are. You actually try to break your limits and find you could actually achieve more than you think you could.
If a guy has not gone into NS, do you think that he loses out on something?
On the surface, it looks like a lot of people will claim that it's a waste of time. 2 years is way too long, it's disruptive to studies. But I think that it's a really necessary part of growing up. Like they always say, it's transforming boys into men. But it's much more than that actually. It's a lot about the experience and friends you make from the NS.
Best friends since they met in the army 5 years ago, I asked Kiet and Spencer what it takes to make a business based on friendship and trust work.
How do you guys pick the shareholders? There's 10 of you now. You expanded from 5. How do you pick them?
If, let's say, we need someone in the IT industry, someone good at computers and networks and all, hey, this guy is pretty good. Why not you ask him?
The basic criteria is that our personalities click.
Yeah.
We have to be like buddies in the first place, It cannot be just a money thing,
What you mentioned earlier, some people say never mix friendships with business. How do you guys make this work? Has there ever been difficulties?
Yeah, there have been difficulties, but I think all we need is just to compromise, just give and take and everything.
It's actually very democratic. Everyone's voice counts.
Right. Okay. And Spencer, you're the only full-time staff for the Hive, right? The rest are all just shareholders, and they have their own full-time jobs in the daytime.
Yeah.
That means you're the CEO of the Hive.
I'm everything actually. I don't even have an appointment. I don't even know what my appointment. I can be a CEO. I can be a housekeeper. I can be a director. I can, a manager. Everything. I used to be everything. Like I clean the toilets.
You still are.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I clean the toilets. I serve the customers. Change the bed sheets. Practically everything from in the beginning.
How close are you? Apart from this business as well.
We still have regular birthday parties here.
Yeah.
Wow, very impressive bond you guys have there.
For the record, they're not gay.
Yeah.
Yes, you are.
But how do you
How
guys
many
make
friends?
you guys had the business where, you trust each other a lot. Do you think that will apply for, let's say, in a battlefield? Would it have been the same way?
Actually, yes, and in different ways, actually. I guess in the battlefield, it's like earlier in one of the previous interviews, how the interviewer was saying that your parents are not there to look after you, no one else is going to be there, it's just your brother on the left and the right, and you are all you have. And actually, when you think about it, when doing a business is the same. Everyone depends on the trust that we have in each other and the motivation to make this business successful. So it's one is talking about hardships and out there, war, things like that, and the other one is a different kind of war.
Yeah.
So, but the mentality is actually in essence the same. Yeah.
So the whole life is actually a battlefield, and you actually have all these people that are tried and tested, and you already know are quality people to have by your side.
Yeah.
So might as well just start a
when
business.
it comes to the crunch, these are people who can perform.
Yeah.
But I like what you said, that it wasn't just about the money, it was about the friendship. I mean, and Spencer's not the only guy. There's 10 of you guys, right?
That's right.
All one big clique as well.
So you all think that it's not about the money, it's all about the friendship.
Well, the money's a bonus, I would say.
Yeah,
you can't say that friendship's a bonus because you were friends to begin with.
Okay.
Yeah.
But obviously, friendship is something which is more valuable than
Yes.
money anyways. I mean, you are not a full-timer at the Hive. You also have your contractor, project manager, and your daytime job, right?
That's right, yeah. Actually, for the most of us, that's the case, you see. It's just a sideline business, and it brings us even closer together after NS days because now there's money involved, and then you still meet up regularly, and you have regular meetings, and you don't just reminisce in the olden days, and you actually have things to look forward to. It's just not just reminiscent, but actually you look forward to things.
Yeah, I think it's something that just comes very naturally to you guys. You don't have to force the friendship. You don't have to do anything to force you guys to be friends. It just comes very naturally.
It's just always been there.
Yeah. It's
Andy, what are your thoughts?
Do you make your guests stand by bed or something?
Yeah.
We don't do
No, I
that.
noticed he was like, I thought it was stand by universe or something. Very
We do the
decent
hard work, the
standards.
guests enjoy it.
I fully agree about you look after my back, I look after your back part. Whether is it in the civilian world or when you put on uniform, right? Back in wartime, we just could look after each other. And this trust is something which is probably you have to forge through time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, I think one other thing we want to talk, because we don't really have much time left, we want to talk about how you foster the trust. I mean, you already have the trust already, but how do you actually bring it, like, throughout the passage of time? How do you maintain it? Like, for you, Andy, how do you actually, keep in touch with your friends? I mean, your...
And would you actually go into business with any of your NS buddies?
No
what are your
question
thoughts
about
about
it.
that?
I would. Yeah.
Okay.
If I like them, you make enemies in.
but how about fostering or maintaining that amount of...
Well, I think it's interesting to ask the question because I'm sure you guys have heard of Safra and stuff like that. And I mean, I have the opportunity to volunteer for them. And one of my key purpose or rather objective is to help link up, lost buddies together because I met a lot of friends in the streets and they all realized, how to find my ex-platoon mates and stuff. I want to find them back, reminisce and stuff like so. We're moving towards the effort to pull people together, to bond together. One of the upcoming thing would be to look out for be a Facebook-like kind of portal, but better than that, to link buddies up together where you can do things together, chat together, and then get down to
online portal.
Yeah. Everyone can band together and check out what Safra has in terms of discounts as well. Main purpose is to bond, find the community back again.
Yeah, I think that's very, very relevant, especially for the the generation that we have now, where everybody's going online. And everybody's just like, if it's not online, it doesn't exist. So by showing that there's a strong online presence, that you're like, hey, okay, I guess I'm bonded by this person by that way. Then it makes it easier also. Elijah, what are your thoughts?
I have to agree that actually the friendship comes first. I think it's the same with a lot of things. The focus is really on the people first, and the profit is just the applause that you will get. If you do it right. I mean, it's the same for. I think during our NS. I mean, the reason why we have a very good experience is really because of the people and the bonds that we make. So I think even for Kiet, I think this is business. I think friendship comes first. And then it just happened that they have the same interests and have the drive to do something together. So I think that's just added bonus.
Okay.
Well, I think just to sum it up, NS days were very memorable experiences for our NS guys. And guys out there, if you're about to go into the army, feeling quite upset about sacrificing 2 years of your life, well, think of it this way: you might actually find loyal friends there and future business partners.
And make a lot of money next time and start 10-star hotels. 10-star Michelin hotels. Okay, that's all the time we have for you. We want to thank all our guests.
Yes, thank you very much.
See you.